Hey guys, it's Green Lion, and I am really mad at the Sims team right now. And based on the dislike ratio for the new pack, I don't think I'm the only one. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am a Star Wars fan, and to say that this actual pack is something I like would probably be a lie. Like, the worst lie I could ever tell. And there's a lot of reasons why I don't like this, like the idea of this pack, especially after seeing the trailer. And to a point, I'm still trying to figure out why. Like, they have so many requests for other items. They easily could have spent that time on anything else, and you know, they probably would not have gotten as much backlash as they're getting right now. And to a point, it just I know what a lot of the Sims community is saying. I mean, they give us Star Wars when we're asking for other items that, you know, they're not brand specific. And when I say this feels like an odd choice, you know, this is someone who's has been waiting for fairies for a very long time. You know, it does feel like they're not listening, especially since in a poll not that long ago, well, in a poll, Pixelate actually brought this up because someone had told it to him that in a poll where they asked us what we wanted, you know, of a list of about 21 items, I'm guessing Star Wars was actually added last minute. I could be wrong. It might have been the first thing on there. But of a list of 21 items, Star Wars finished dead last. I mean, does that really sound like it's something the community is interested in? Because to me, it sounds like you need to find something else to do. I mean, you know, and there were a lot of good items. Zombies, these fantasy, medieval, superheroes, and some other things within the community that they've been asking for a while. Such as improved babies. It's not something I particularly am interested in, but I hear that brought up a lot. So, even understanding there's a bunch of teams working on this game. Okay, you're going to give us Star Wars, but when it comes to stuff we might actually be interested in, it's a no-go. I mean, another issue is cars. People have been asking for cars. I actually would buy a car pack. Yeah, say that this pack is probably one of the worst ideas yet. It gets worse when you consider what the Star Wars community is going through. I mean, I know Pixelade and Simmer Aaron, and I think they were shocked, and they're not too happy about this either. And I'm sorry if I'm misrepresenting either of you. I'll try to link to their videos in the description. But I'm also going to link to one of Optimus's videos, because a while back he did a video talking about how EA is ruining The Sims 4. It does, when I rewatched it recently, I kind of realized a lot of stuff that wasn't in the game 2 years ago when he done the video is still not in the game. And a lot of what we've said we've wanted still isn't in the game. And while you can say, well, you can't have everything you want, I mean, EA can do whatever they want with this. Yeah, that's true. But now we go on to the Star Wars side of things. And this is where it gets even worse. I mean, first of all, to anyone saying the Star Wars fans wanted this was not something we were interested in. It's something I don't think many Star Wars fans wanted. I mean, now if you are a Star Wars fan and in the Sims community, I want to say you're probably the exception. But to put a long story short and as concise as possible, a lot of fans have left the franchise, particularly after The Last Jedi. And a lot of the problems at Lucasfilm actually come with the current president and CEO whose contract is running out next year. And to be clear, Kathleen Kennedy has made a lot of the... she was chosen by George Lucas, which I know that should make everything fine and dandy, but over the course of her tenure as president, she's made a lot of decisions that were kind of questionable. I think one of the first things she done was she canceled a popular TV show, Star Wars Clone Wars, and she decannoned the EU, which, I realize not every Star Wars fan reads the EU books, but since she, since the sequel trilogy began, more people have been turning to the EU. And it's just because the movies and shows that have been, most of them have been made under her tenure, have not been as great as storytelling or have been within the established, accepted canon. And I'm sorry, canon is how you keep your audience. Now, the other issue we have is with the movies, particularly The Last Jedi. That lost a lot of fans for them. I know they've tried to downplay that. They've actually gone as far as to call original fans haters, or anyone who has voiced a displeasure to the sequel trilogy as being a hater. Regardless of why you're saying it, they've been using straw man arguments to shut down any criticism of it. And more or less within the last few years especially, the franchise has been falling apart. Now, Lucasfilm will not admit this. To a certain point, I don't think Disney will admit it. And I don't really think to a certain point it can be fixed without retconning it. Now, right now we do have some hope, but I want to be perfectly clear when I say this. The fandom, the Star Wars fandom is in shambles right now. I mean, and I think anyone who says it's not, they're probably trying to keep their job at Lucasfilm. you know, this has been an ongoing problem with Star Wars, and you know, I think seeing it in The Sims coupled with one other thing, namely the recent announcement of a new holiday special, which has Rey, probably the laziest hero in Star Wars. I mean, and probably one of the worst heroes or attempts at making a hero they have ever done. Is going to go back in time and fix the past to school Luke. And at this point, Disney knows that there is a problem. So, and I think they are trying to work to fix it. I think Jon Favreau has promised that he is going to try to decanon the sequels or have them placed in their own pocket universe. But, you know, time will tell on that. But right now, the fandom is in shambles. And I don't think this pack will help the argument for Lucasfilm. I think something else to consider is, and to give you an idea of just how much influence she had at Kathleen Kennedy had at one time, is the original idea for Galaxy's Edge. It actually was not Batuu. It was actually supposed to be original trilogy Tatooine. This was actually confirmed by a Disney executive, or former Disney executive. And how it went from Tatooine, from A New Hope, to Batuu, and trust me, this makes us mad. This makes Star Wars fans very mad. Because, you know, she showed Bob Iger, the then CEO of Lucasfilm, the numbers for The Force Awakens. You know, $2 billion, that was not really anything to sneeze at. But, and you know, this was just the first film in the sequel trilogy, you know. The problem is, and you know, I keep hearing people trying to defend The Last Jedi, especially with the box office number. It is probably one of the worst Star Wars movies ever. And you know, it went against the canon. It didn't really have a story, I don't think. But yeah. And, you know, for those of the fandom on social media, we did get attacked by criticizing that movie. So, you know, keep in mind, you know, if this pack is supposed to be for Star Wars fans, I mean, you know, because The Force Awakens did so well, you know, it got approved for Galaxy's Edge to be based on Batuu, which at the time had not even been shown in the Star Wars. You know, she was pushing this idea that, oh, the future of Star Wars is not in the past, it's in our future. We don't need the original trilogy. Yeah, I don't know if she actually said that, but you know, she was pushing the idea that, you know, the trilogy she was working on, you know, that was going to be more popular than the original trilogy. I know, dumb argument, but yeah. And then, you know, by the time Solo was in theaters, something had changed. I mean, even if you weren't really following some of the Star Wars channels on YouTube, you would probably have noticed that something changed. And suddenly everything kind of changed within well, there was a shift in attitude, and I think we saw that partially in Rise of the Skywalker, which even those who defend The Last Jedi with their dying breath, it really, I mean, even those people will say it's one of the, you know, again, one of the worst Star Wars movies. Now, they will defend the sequel trilogy, but part of them will say they hate Rise of Skywalker. So, yeah, with the fandom divided, it does feel like an odd decision, and I want to say it was probably Kathleen Kennedy that decided this. And because of that, I think she also told EA that they had to do this pack. I mean, I don't want to say that the Sims team is this out of touch, because like I said, Star Wars finished dead last on a poll. And the fact that this world is Batuu, the same world as Galaxy's Edge, that replaced Tatooine and as being the main world, main planet. You know, it does fit into the idea better, I think. Now again, at this point I don't really have any proof, but it is kind of weird to me. And I know there's a lot of people in the Sims community that aren't happy. Trust me, Star Wars fans are not happy with this either, or most of them aren't. And I really don't know what to tell anybody at this point. Because, you know, a lot of people have said time and time again, EA, you know, they don't care. They are trying, like, all they care about is money. And some people are actually hoping this pack flops. I'm kind of one that is, if only because of how Star Wars was treated under Kathleen Kennedy. And I realize this sounds kind of bitter, but at the same time, you know, there's a ton of channels if anyone is interested in what exactly went wrong with Star Wars. And, you know, there's only so much I can say right here. And to a certain point, I've actually tried to ignore it. I don't really like talking about it on my channel. But you know, if anyone, I mean, you can ask any member of the Fandom Menace what happened. I mean, they'll tell you. And while I do think they are getting paid for this promotion, I don't think it will be as profitable as they think it will. So anyway, what are your thoughts on the Star Wars pack? Are you, like me, angry, upset, annoyed? I mean, to me, by the very least, they could have made it a Star Wars in general pack. and not done the sequel trilogy. Or are you excited for this pack and think that's going to be the best thing since sliced bread? Or do you think that this is just a cash grab? You know, tell me in the comment section, like and share the video. And, you know, have a great day, guys. I know it's been rough pretty much all year, and I think both fandoms have had it rough, and you know, I don't think this has really helped anybody.